What's going on, everyone? As always, place your cross on first. Very simple. You say it enough, it make you want to do it. You understand? Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. I'm going to talk about something that nobody likes to talk about except around funeral times or in a death. But tomorrow's not promised to us. I was watching a video today, man, and it's a reason why I place your cross on first. I'm gonna tell you. I was watching a video this morning. It happened in the news. There was a driver, normal day on the interstate. He's in the fast lane. He wasn't doing nothing wrong. He was coming up in the fast lane, And when he got next to a truck, the tire came off and went straight. Not his tire. The tire to a truck to the right of him came out, hit the truck, hit the other small compact SUV, and flipped it, made it hit a backward flip, and it rolled and landed back on its four wheels. And then right after that, the tire that made it flip rolled and hit it in the back of the butt. Glory be to God that the person survived. I had an experience like that a few years ago. I had a night job. It was late. So I was coming back probably 11 o'clock at night. Just one of those jobs that took a long time. And I was on the interstate, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I was probably going a little faster than normal, but I was trying to get home. And I was behind the truck, an 18-wheeler. And before I knew it, I see sparks coming from under the 18-wheeler. And I couldn't move. It was cars to the right, it was cars to the left. So I had to ride over it, and it was, come to find out, it was chains or a metal rail. So I guess somebody had ran across the road from the other side and it left this debris in the road, but I couldn't do nothing. And it locked my truck up. You understand? And all I could do was brace the wheel. That's it. Glory be to God, I didn't get no injuries or get hurt or anything like that, but it drugged the truck, and I had to pull it on the side of the road. The truck had enough go left in it for me to pull to the right side of the road. You understand? I'm talking about just like that. Tomorrow is not promised to us. Anybody who's been in a car accident, you get through it, you like, whoa, it could have been so much worse. Or just take something simple as, you ever had that feeling like you walking or something like that, and you feel like you about to slip, and it's like a little glimpse, like, whoa, I could have bust my head open. Did that ever happen to you? Happens to me all the time. But tomorrow's not promised. So we live like, hey, I know for a fact I'm gonna get up in the morning. I know for a fact when I go to sleep, I'm good. I get enough chance to get it right with God. The reason why Jesus said, come to him now, why today is today, is because tomorrow is not promised to any of us. One thing about weird things or strange events that happen to anybody, just think about the car. A tire flips the entire car up like you're watching a Transformers Michael Bay film. Just think, man. If you ain't give your life over to Christ, it's time to start now. I'm telling you. There's a lot of people feel they got time left. And you got even people say, I'm ready to die, but haven't given their life over to Christ. Haven't accepted Christ in their life, but ready to die. Or I ain't scared to die. Everybody, a lot of people say that. They ain't scared to die. But the thing is, people, there's an afterlife. This is not it. There's more to life after death. You understand? But you want to get right now. You see it all the time. I like watching funny videos, what they call it, epic fails. But some of those epic fails could be epic deaths. A simple slip down the steps. You know how many videos I watched of people just falling down the stairs? Just falling down the stairs. You can fall down the stairs and bump your head. Like, I stay alone. And sometimes I be thinking stuff like, if something was to happen to me, nobody would know until somebody finally came to my house and checked on me. But you got to get right, people. You got to get right. I just lost a cousin. And he had an aneurysm or a cyst in his head. And he's been in a coma for a while. I talked about this. But he had came back through but I know I've talked to him before. And, a few years back. And he was telling me how he loves God and stuff like that. And, that gives you a comfort, just knowing that they knew God. Do I know if he's going to heaven or hell? I don't know. But just the thought that knowing that he had a personal relationship with God. It's a lot of people, Christian, we love our folks so much. But some of them, when they pass, it grieves you not for the fact that you don't think. It grieves you the fact because you didn't know what their salvation was. You didn't know if they believed. And it bothers you. You understand? Like, when my mom died a few years ago, I knew she loved God and she had dementia. But if I talked about God, it's like her memory would come back. She would love to talk about God, though. No matter what, if the dementia was back, she loved to talk about God. And I just have faith that hopefully she makes it. I don't know. It's just that hope you have. And the Bible tells us about this. It said, you comfort people with these words. That basically, if they lived a life and they gave themselves to Christ, they lived a life pleasing, there's a hope that they will rise with Christ. That's the hope that us Christians have. You understand? Like, we think about everything. Well, tomorrow I'm going to go to the beach. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. I'm going to cook this when I get home. And God tell us not to do stuff like that. But we do it all the time. He tell us if the Lord wills it. Every time we get in our vehicle, we can have a flat tire. Something can go wrong. Just remember, stay prayed up just in case. Give your life to Christ just in case. Today is your last day. I knew my dad was a great person, but I never knew my dad really to go to church. He never really went to church. But I knew his family was God-fearing. You understand? But my dad really never talked about God with me. I know he was a good person. You know what I'm saying? The way he acted, he walked Christ-like. But far as me knowing for a fact that he loved God, I didn't know. I just have that hope. But I know he was a good person. But I don't know. And most people are not going to say that. I'm just being real with you. I'm being honest. He never did. I know the way he act and his ways were Christ-like. Maybe he prayed more than I thought in secret. Who knows? But I still felt a comfort to him. I remember before he died, I remember he got sick around May of 2007. But he'd been sick. He never told me. He'd been sick. I went to the military, came back. I thought it would just happen, but he'd been sick for a long time. He just never told me he had prostate cancer. And I remember I finally went home. His health was deteriorating. He was having to get dialysis and things like that. And, this before I knew God. And the only way I could comfort my father was tell him, I was like, man, we're going to go see your sister and all this and stuff like that. I didn't know how to comfort him. I just tell him that when you get out of here, we're going to do this and that. When things going to get better, I just I didn't comfort them with Jesus' words, with words of comfort as far as biblical. And I think about that all the time. Like, I wish I would have found God sooner. I would have had better words to say to my father than, hey, we're going to have a good time. I remember I said this out because my dad used to love to go to the casino. I said, we're going to go to the casino when you get better. You know, because that was his pastime. He'll go there, waste a little money, get sick from losing so much money. But I remember that. But now, since I found Christ, I know how to comfort people with Christ's words, with the belief in him. But you know, I remember my dad told me, I had a growing family at the time, and my dad was like, hey, I was like, look, I said, I want to stay here longer with you. He said, no, go take care of your family. I'm gonna be okay. I remember that's the last thing he told me. He said, I'm gonna be okay. He said, go home and take care of your family. That's what he told me. Don't worry about me. Maybe he did. Maybe he was at peace. Maybe he found his peace. You understand? And then I remember a few weeks later, May 17, 2007, my birthday, my father passed. My mom called me a call and said, your dad passed away today. I was like, my birthday? Every year around May 17th, I don't know how to take my birthday. I don't. And I know I'm not the only person in the world that something like this has happened. But I'm like, how do I take this? You know, because I feel birthdays are days to celebrate life and celebrate another year passing in your life cycle. I know the Bible don't really talk about birthdays, but to me, birthdays are sacred. To me, I don't worship birthdays. It's just another day that you got God, another year God that allowed you to make it through. You can't beat that. You understand? To me, the only real holidays to me, as far as the world goes, as far as I'm concerned, is birthdays. I love them. I don't care what people say. Birthdays are pagan. Whatever, man. Come on. I'm gonna tell you how birthdays were irrelevant. Because throughout Kings, they'd be like, he was 33 years old when he began to reign. He was 17 years old when he began to reign. Birthdays are real days, people. And guess what? Birthdays ain't promised either. You know how many people didn't reach their birthday this year? So many didn't make it. You know. And I understand what the Bible says. Don't worry about tomorrow. But sufficient today is the evil thereof. Sufficient today is the joy thereof. Laugh when you can laugh. Cry when you need to cry. But don't take life for granted. It's not promised. Like, every year I always want to plan a birthday party. One thing I want to do one year, if the Lord wills it, is I love reggae music. And I want to have a reggae style birthday. But the thing is, if the Lord wills it, I want one. But I do. I've been thinking about this for years. And it's kind of weird that this year, the Lord has me trying to focus on writing reggae style music. But I like reggae because it's happy. You know, I always make fun, like, how can you fight somebody when a beat like this going on? You know, understand what I'm saying? How can you? You know. But tomorrow's not promised. You know, people don't take life for granted. Don't ever think like, I know I got time left. Because you really don't know. You know how many people woke up today thinking they had time left and didn't? That was it. Let me end with the story of the parable of the rich man. He was very rich. It's in the Bible. He was like, I'm finna I got so much stuff. I'm finna tear down the old barns and build new barns so I can store all my goods. And then I'm finna sit back, relax, eat, drink, be merry, enjoy the days of my life. And the Bible and Jesus, the Lord said, today your life will be required of you. Then whose goods would these be? And he said, be rich towards the things of heaven, not for its earthly riches. You need to grow rich in spirituality. Which you used to gain the whole world and lose your soul. You know how many people have died still trying to search after millions or reach millions? And you know how many people who have died with millions? Ain't that something? Money can't extend your life, but it's your time, it's your time. You know, but get right in the meantime. Serve Christ. I'm glad God came to my life because I was headed down a dark path. I was, people. I was headed towards the pagan ways. And the Lord saved me, stepped me in. You know, it's a reason why I'm so compassionate and deep about this, because I know where I was headed. Now, I'm happy to know that I'm most likely headed towards the big house. If I keep doing the things that's pleasing to the Lord, but it's like the Lord revealed to me, you was headed to hell. And you know, some people don't get that revelation, that they were headed to hell. All they're gonna do is wake up in hell. Or wake up at the judgment like, hey, I didn't know I died. There's an afterlife. Oh, then everything gonna soak in. There's a Jesus. There is judgment. And I did never accept Christ. Ain't that sick? Ain't that sad? You know, our goal is to lead as many people to Christ as we can. Is that saying everybody's gonna make it? It's their choice. All we can do is tell them about God, tell them about Jesus. Because why? Tomorrow is not promised. I don't think people understand the kingdom of God is at hand. When he told people to come out and tell them that, because he's telling them, look, the world is still going on. But the time frame for a human being, if the Lord wills up, 110, 2 score, if you're lucky, 4 score years. Right? But you only get 100 and something years if maxed out. If you're maxed out. And you know, the world is still going after you. But the thing is, people, you're gonna die. I'm gonna die. My children are gonna die. My brothers and sisters. But the thing is, we don't know what order. That's why you need to tell your kids about Christ while they're young. You need to tell them about the Lord. Teach them about salvation. So they can start living a life pleasing to the Lord themselves. Do it now. Why today is called today. I'm telling you. Like, I'm going to end with this. I watched a video with Mike Epps. And he was like, I believe in God, I love God, but there's some things I want to do before I truly all the way come to him. How foolish is that? But that's how some people think. I got to get some of these wild oats out first. Then I'm going to come to God. So that means you even know, like, hey, I need to get right with God, but I'm going to wait, not yet. That's how people feel. Don't wait. Do it now. Not later, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, not later. Do it now. Do it now, people.